Welcome to the channel, Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, Theologist. I can't tell you how many people I've seen, slowly but surely, destroy their lives with alcohol, drugs, chemicals, nicotine, all that stuff. Dope. You name it. And they've ended up no different to that jelly blubber there. They were warned, they were told, especially in 2023, there's no excuse if you want to go down that road. I don't even think the medical system should help you. I think you should be left to the mercy of your actions. You got into the wrong tide. These jelly blubbers here are just on the wrong end of the tide. They navigated their way out of the right end of the tide. Maybe that big one there, it's time to die. But those little ones, they've navigated their way in the wrong direction. And they've ended up ashore. Now, a lot of these people do end up ashore. I was raised with it. I saw it with my own two eyes. My mother smoked herself to death. The stepfather drank and smoked himself to death. Wasn't going to be happy until he was dead. Actually, think these people want to die or something. I can't understand it. Why would you allow chemicals and drugs and alcohol and stuff destroy your life? You only get one life. You get one go. Why wreck it? Why allow... And the pain and agony and sickness of it. Why would you want to feel that way? Why would you want to feel that way and be that way? Allow yourself to get sick and ill and know that things aren't going right inside your body. I've had girlfriends that have abused themselves. I can't stand it. You know? They just keep going until the sickness just overtakes them. They become unattractive, ugly, they smell. You know, and you're trying to help them and you can't. I got a sister's girlfriend who's had 2 heart bypasses and all this other stuff. She's as naive as you can get, and she just keeps going to the pub, keeps drinking, keeps smoking. It's costing taxpayers millions. Oh, no trouble to her. Oh, just, yeah, you know. And she's got all these people worried about her. Oh, no, screw you. If that's how you've chosen to live, you live and die by the sword. Got a mate that's 2 mates. One had 3 lots of hypnotherapy. He got off the nicotine. Another one's had 1 lot. It didn't work, so he'll probably go back for more. It's not a joke. These people are getting to an age where they're saying, hang on a sec, I'm going to die. I'm actually going to die? Yeah, you're going to die. You knew that before you started. And they think they're invincible, and they're not. I've seen children that have died before their parents, and the parents have lived with the grief and guilt of it. Because they were giving them the cigarettes at the start. And drugs and whatnot. And they just think everyone's going to get away with it. No, nobody's going to get away with it. You're going to die. You're going to go. At some point, you are going to die. It's going to be all over, finished, done. That's it. There's no coming back. But for some strange reason, people get this ego mentality about themselves and think they're going to live forever, and you can't. You're going to end up... Look, the seaweed's got no respect for that dead jellyfish. The shore has got no respect for that. People are putting... You know what? These children can't get their adults in the ground parents in the ground quick enough now. They just want them out of the way. They've lost all respect. They've been no example. They've taught them things that have brought them harm, and they got resentments. The children build up resentments towards their parents. There's so many cases now across the world where the children are killing the parents. They're just taking them out. Had enough of you. And that is not right. But you think to get to that stage where I've just got no respect for you at all. So, and they take out the parents. Shocking. Because the parents haven't shown them the right way, and as they get older and hopefully wiser, and the black sheep spirit comes on them and it's time for them to get out, they realise you have totally deceived us by your filthy, dirty habits. You put on us, told us it was the way to go. It's not the way to go. You lied to us. And this incredible hatred builds up. The Bible says that parents will hate their children and children will hate their parents in the end times. This is it. And a lot of people are confusing hatred, right, and enablement as love. They don't even know what love is. They're just harming each other and they're praising each other relative to their harm. You know, and you're watching these people harming yourself and you're thinking to yourself, you reckon you love each other? It's madness. That's not love. You're destroying each other, you fools. And then you'll see a black sheep get out of the family and they all start to panic. And then you see who's really who. Then you see who's really who when you stand up to it. Love's confused for hatred. You know, they don't even know the difference. If you're harming yourself and encouraging and enabling other people to harm themselves, that's hatred. That's hatred. That's not love. I'm sorry. You need to wake up, a lot of you people. You're not with it. You're trying to escape your desires and addictions that you've created on yourself. The only way you can escape an addiction is to stop it. And whatever it takes, you'll do. If you stay in that addiction and it kills you, you didn't, you know, your problem was that you hated yourself for whatever reason. You couldn't turn yourself around. And these are the most difficult people to love, the ones that hate themselves, because they don't think they deserve love underneath. They're just wasting your time. They're just bluffing it. They don't even think they deserve love. And the next thing you're tied up in it, and now you're going along with their delusions and stuff like this, and you're being entrained, and you're starting to think, well, what's actually going on here? You know, and then you got to back out, and that person, you all end up on your own again. It's crazy stuff. Just crazy. Because nobody wanted to look after themselves. Tried to, but the values were wrong. All the values were wrong. The values that were taught by the parents who were supposed to be responsible, but were more interested in their habits and chemicals and poisons, deceived the children. And by the time the children realise, they're addicts themselves. And then there's we got a big trouble now. Why didn't you tell us this was going to harm us to the extent that it is? They got mental problems, they got physical problems. They're sitting in psychiatrists and psychologist rooms trying to get help. The problem's the parent. The parent becomes the child, and the child becomes the parent, and they're all just lost. They're running little medical centres and therapy, rooms inside their houses, isolated from the real answers, deceiving each other day by day, year by year, decade by decade, until somebody dies, and you see them, they're all withered up and old and ruined and wrecked. Got all the scars from the nicotine and drugs and everything else they take, and they've only got themselves to blame. This is the age of the power of the victim. If you can sell yourself as a victim, then you get the honour of attention. But that's not how it's meant to be. You got a lot of people that love running around rescuing these victims to give themselves a sense of identity. Oh, another victim, I'll save you. And they don't. They only make things worse. and then they disappear back into the shadows. A lot of them get paid for it. You know, it's so messed up and mixed up. You need to be a black sheep and get out of those environments. So I'm not going to live like that. I did. I went, I'm not going to end up like my parents. These people are off their heads. They're just wrong. They don't exercise. They don't look up. They don't eat right. They don't treat themselves right. You know, they run, you know, no. A lot of men now run to their sisters and their mothers like little babies. I'm coming home now. I can't make it in the real world. The parents have enabled it. Back they come. And it's all enmeshed. And the next thing, their lives evolve around each other, and somebody from the outside comes in and goes, no, oh no, I'm sorry, this is really hillbilly stuff. Real hillbilly shit, man. On the emotional level, and in some cases more than that. And these people are right throughout our societies. They're functioning fools. Be very careful now, because we're living in a time where people are expert deceivers, because they've deceived themselves and they're harming themselves. That's how you tell what you're dealing with, by the way someone treats themselves. If they're not treating themselves right, I can guarantee you'll be next. You'll end up not right. And time goes fast. There's no time to waste. Give these people a chance if you've got caught up with them. And if they start their delusions on you and start to accuse you and vandalize and abuse you, leave them to himself.